Hey, this is Mike Fiesel with RoofMax, and I'm on here with Brad Mills. He's out in the Reno Tahoe area, and wanted to do this quick interview because Brad literally, I don't think the ink has even dried on your contract yet with or your agreement with RoofMax, has it, Brad?
No, I think it's just coming up on 1 week today.
Okay. So the reason I wanted to do the interview with you, obviously we have new dealers coming on every day, every week, and just to talk about how quick you've gone out to the market. You know, you haven't messed around. Your vehicle's not wrapped yet. Yesterday, I know you had an exciting meeting you notified me of, and that's what kind of prompted this interview. So maybe a little bit of history, not too deep. You know, you come from the roofing business, your experience with RoofMax. So, you know, once you've heard about it, and then into the meeting that you had yesterday and the response that you're getting from just reaching out to the market.
Yeah, I've been in business since 1979 as a roofing contractor and in the Truckee Tahoe area. And I heard about RoofMax, probably about 8 months ago, and I've been kind of watching it. And finally, we decided to pull the trigger on it. Looked really good, and saw what was going on and saw the value in it. Immediately, as soon as I got my dealership, I just started yakking. In fact, I started yakking before I even got the dealership, and the response was great. I signed two residentials since last Thursday. I had a big meeting yesterday with one of my contacts, which is a property management company. They have 60 different associations that they deal with. They were really
Like
impressed.
condos,
Pardon?
condominium
Yes, yes.
associations. Okay.
Condominium associations, yes. And they were very thrilled about the product and the prospects because all their associations are coming up for roofs. And of course, they're being told that they need roofs. And now I'm introducing this product to them, and they are all on board. So we have one association that's going to have us do a test roof this spring. And then they want to sign up to start phasing in their units. And that's a fairly large complex. I don't really know the number on it, but we've done work there. They're setting a meeting up for us in about 4 weeks to put us in front of the rest of their association to do a full presentation because they feel that the value of this product, and they see it, and they saw it, and they were just really impressed. I went through the presentation using the RoofMax website for now, because it has all that information on there. So I was able to bring it up and dial them in and go. And I just watched you guys' videos and
Brad,
start going.
you said something to me, and I think this is important for guys that are getting started. You know, keep in mind, the people that are watching, you have roofing experience, but roofing experience is not RoofMax experience. And so at the end of the day, whether you're a roofer or not, you jumped in and you said, man, I was a little uncomfortable. I wished, you know, but I went and watched more videos so I can explain it better. The only way to learn to explain it better is to go out and explain it and then sit back, and it's just a process, but you're not going to learn it if you're not out getting in front of people. And being that it was one of your first face-to-face presentation, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, you're going to be much better a month from now or 6 months from now, but yet it still got their attention. That's my kind of my point in it. You just have to go out there and dive in and not wait.
That's right, and you're going to create these contacts and meet these people, and you're going to get in front of these associations, and sometimes they may not jump on board right away, but they want it. And so they have to get in front of their people and do their presentation, and you may be invited back again, which you just go and you do it again and get in front of the individual associations too.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's a process of building, and it's going to just start flowing in, and it's, you know, I can already see how it's going to go because I've done this. You know, you start filling your funnel now, and it's going to start trickling out the bottom, and eventually it's just going to start flowing out the bottom.
Absolutely. And you said another thing that I think is important, and that you're going to do a test. You're going to go out and do a little test square. Are they paying for a building to be done like a clubhouse or something? What does that look like? What was their idea there?
So I followed the video that you guys had where there was the condo association, and they decided to do a test one to test building before they jumped in, and it was the only building they had that didn't suffer any damage from the windstorm. So I brought that presentation to them. I said, hey, let's do one of your buildings. Let's check it out.
Oh, you're talking about the Jonathan Caselli RoofMax case study.
Yes.
You showed them that video. Okay.
Yeah. So they were like,
Smart.
okay, so we are going to do with that one association, we are going to do one section of one of their buildings on the roof on it this year so that they can see the performance. And I think once you have the proof there for them and you can do the demonstration where we're going to actually go up and show them what the existing roof is like, put the RoofMax on, show them what it's like a couple days later, come back a year from now, show them how it's performing, and it's going to be a lot, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, exactly. And, in that, Jonathan Caselli's situation was different. Their roofs were failing in the RoofMax case study. He was having massive failure. They were faced with over $1 million replacement contract, didn't really have the money. So that's why they did the first building. And those roofs were really beyond end of life. I mean, when you've got 30 buildings and every time there's a big windstorm, you're losing shingles, those roofs should have been replaced, as a roofer, probably a couple of years prior. Yet we've salvaged that system, or that complex, with our process, our system. And Brian Thompson, the dealer that sold that, said he really feels that we're going to be able to go back in 5 years and treat again. We'll know that in 5 years, right? We're not going to know that now, but they were happy with a 5-year reprieve off of that. They just did not have the capital. I don't know if you brought this up or if they brought it up to you, but I've been told through these reserve analysts that go out and do reserve studies for these HOAs. And actually, my brother Todd is speaking at the National Association. I think I told you that, for reserve specialists. About 60% of condominium associations don't have the money in the reserves to do the roof replacement, even though they're within a year or 2 or 4. They're staring that down. It's coming every day closer, but yet they don't have the funds. Because these boards switch every single year. They don't get paid. The association votes on them and they come in, and a lot of them just do it because nobody else will do it. So it's not professionally managed, and they get in a position where they have no choice but to find another solution or go finance the property. I mean, there's all these different things they have to do. So that's why it's such a good fit for condos.
Absolutely. This was part of the conversation yesterday at the meeting, was exactly what you said, is they don't have the money, they don't have the reserves, they're running out of time, and this is a win for them. And that's just the presentation you bring. You're going to win. You're going to get 5 years. We come back in 5 years. Let's look at it again. Let's code it again. And when you're telling somebody that you're looking at 10 or 15% of the cost of what a re-roof is, and you can blow those numbers off real quick, it's a no-brainer. And they see it, and then you're supporting that with, if they already have a roof that's not having a lot of problems, or it's 20 or 25 years old, you're saying, look, you have a value that you've invested in already in the roof that's there. By adding the RoofMax product to it and extending its life, you're just getting a better return on your investment and allowing the product that you have already invested in to continue to do the job that it needs to do. And that's kind of how I approach it too, is letting them know that you're securing the investment that you have by applying, a product to it that will allow it to keep going.
Yeah. And most of our dealers are not roofing contractors. Early on it was the case, and we really steered away from marketing to the roofing contractors. And I'm a roofing contractor, have been my entire life, and there's a lot of great roofing contractors out there. But as a roofing contractor, we get stuck in the 10,000. I just use that number because it's about 11,000 actually average nationwide for a residential home. They get stuck in that big ticket mentality versus where one of these condo complexes, you could literally be out there for easily a month at 20-25% margin, versus a couple guys can go in and complete that whole entire complex literally in a week at a high margin at 2.5 to 3 times that margin. And that business does not, so it's really more profitable. I mean, even though the overall profit at the end of the job, the month that you spent, might be less, but you're going to have that access to that project again in 5 years to maybe treat. But if not, you have access to that customer to then sell them a replacement. At that time, because you're already an existing client and you help them, and you did a wonderful job and no problems, or you took care of them if there were, you're probably going to have a better shot at getting a higher margin when it comes time to replace.
Absolutely.
So it's a full circle thing. In some business models, my old roofing company, I don't even know that this fits with their business model. Today, it would have when my brother and I owned the company. But, and it's not right or wrong. It's just the matter of what your model looks like. Obviously, for your roofing company, and if anybody's listening to this, it's a roofing contractor, if they're not into doing repairs, they're not into doing that type of the business. I consider you an old school roofer like myself. In the early days of roofing, and we've discussed this, contractors did repairs and they did replacements. Maybe we didn't love repairs, but we did it because it was necessary for the customer. And today, I think 70% of contractors don't even do repairs. And if you're one of those companies, I would say RoofMax doesn't make sense for you. Would you agree to that?
Yes. I love repairs, and this flows really well into how you're helping people continue to manage that property. And it's big. And I think if you have dealers that are out there and don't have the roofing experience, find somebody that they can become friends with.
Well, I think you refer that business over to them. We do tell our dealers, if you're a roofer, and you'll hear me say this in a lot of the videos I do, if you're a roofer, that's great. You already take care of leaks, and that's the business model. If you're not a RoofMax dealer, you're Jiffy Lube. Tell them to call the mechanic at a later date when they need that contractor to replace a chimney flashing or what have you. Of course, a RoofMax dealer is going to replace some blown off shingles and real basic, simple maintenance because that's easy. But yeah, have a relationship with somebody you can refer it off to in your market, and you can cross market to each other and help each other out. So, well, very exciting. I love the fact that you're out running so hard and you're not even really certified yet. You're still going through that process. Your vehicle isn't wrapped, but no grass is growing under your feet. And I thought that this would be pretty motivational for those that are either dealers and trying to get their confidence. You don't have to be perfect; just get out and do it. And then also for prospects that are looking at the opportunity, because I think it helps. It's just a lot of good information. So. Really excited about what you're out there doing. Keep me in the loop as things continue to roll. Oh, one last thing. How's the support been from day one coming in through the process, the onboarding process? When you have a question, is it getting answered quickly? That's one thing I wanted to ask. How's that experience been?
My experience with the team, your team, has been really good. They're doing their job well. If I need something, I can email them and they're getting back to me. It's not days, it's that day or within an hour. And I'm still doing my onboarding process with the Pulse system. It's time, but at the same time I'm doing all this, I'm trying to create new business. But no, the team has been wonderful.
Awesome.
I can ask for a better experience so far.
And we're doing some things to even make it better. We want as quick, so that obviously it's a process. We're early in this game as well. But we're fine-tuning a lot of things and making that better. But that's important for everybody to understand. We don't win if you guys don't win. We don't sell territories. We don't get royalties or anything. We make money when you buy products. So that's the key.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's good.
All right, buddy.
No, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Totally.
Me too.
I'm in.
All right, man. Well, I really appreciate your time, Brad, and enjoy it's Friday, so enjoy your weekend.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Thanks.